Good evening, this is your AI host, Jay. I'm here with the automatically generated Journato evening headlines on April 12, 2022. Macron hints at compromise over plan to raise retirement age. The Guardian, President Macron and Marine Le Pen make cost of living key issue for election. The Times, Macron waters down key pension reform in bid to woo left. Financial Times, Macron's offer to soften pension reform is maneuver to seduce left-wing voters, Le Pen says. Imran Khan, Pakistan's petulant ousted leader, is already plotting his return. The Guardian, what comes next for Imran Khan? The Telegraph, the Times' view on Imran Khan's failures, sticky wicket. The Times, Foreign Minister breaks ranks to voice support for ousted Pakistani PM Imran Khan. The Independent, derided by Khan as US puppet, new Pakistan PM bets on centrism. First thing, Russia using weapons smuggled by Iran in Ukraine. The Guardian, Russia using weapons smuggled by Iran from Iraq against Ukraine. Pro-Russia cavalcade provokes shock and anger in Ireland. Palestinian man stabs Israeli police officer and is shot dead in Ashkelon. Tropical storm Meggy hits Philippines, leaving at least 25 dead. Reuters, tropical storm Meggy leaves dozens dead and thousands displaced in the Philippines. Guardian News, tropical storm Meggy kills at least 25 people as Philippines hit by floods and landslides. Sky News, at least 25 killed in Philippines tropical storm Meggy, BBC News. BBC News, dozens killed in Philippines landslides and floods as tropical storm Meggy hits. WTO cuts global trade forecast. Real regular UK pay shrinks, business live. Austrian chancellor says Putin meeting was not a friendly visit. The Independent, Austrian chancellor confronts Putin over Ukraine war crimes. The Guardian, Austria's Nehammer says Putin meeting left no positive impression. Financial Times, Austrian chancellor tells Putin to end Ukraine war. The Independent, Austrian chancellor says trip to see Putin was not a friendly visit. Russia warns Finland and Sweden against considering NATO membership. The Independent, Sweden and Finland make moves to join NATO. The Guardian, Finland finalizes white paper set to kick off NATO deliberations. Bloomberg, Putin's strategic blunder could see 2 more countries joining NATO this year. Hull Live, what countries are part of NATO is Finland and Sweden set to join military alliance? British volunteer fighter captured by Russian troops in Ukraine. Sky News, British fighter and unit to surrender to Russian forces in Mariupol. The Telegraph, British fighter captured by Russians in Mariupol, news. Airport chaos, live, queues stretch outside terminal buildings ahead of Easter weekend. The Independent, flight cancellations and summer travel chaos warnings for passengers. The Times, Brit holidaymakers warned of summer of chaos with massive disruption and 6-month delays to hire new street. The Sun, Gatwick and Heathrow Airport, list of EasyJet and BA cancellations for Tuesday, April 12. Surrey Live, all the flights cancelled today from UK airports. Civilians flee eastern Ukraine ahead of new Russian offensive. The Guardian, Putin's forces outthought and outfought in northern Ukraine. The Times, Ukraine News Live, chemical attack would change the nature of conflict, as Truss says Putin would be held to account. Sky News, the Irish Times view on a new phase of violence in Ukraine, the same brutality. The Irish Times, new phase of Ukraine war brings no obvious route to end fighting. Last Marines defending Mariupol running out of ammunition. Death for some of us, captivity for others. The Independent, last Marines defending Mariupol running out of ammunition. The Guardian, Ukraine says Mariupol fights on after rejecting Russian final battle claim. The Times, Mayor, more than 10,000 civilians dead in Ukraine port city. The Independent, we are holding back the horde. Mariupol fighters battle on weeks after experts said city would fall. Brooklyn shooting, several people shot in New York City subway. BBC, live coverage, several people shot on New York City subway platform, police say. CBS News, gunman in gas mask and orange vest shoots 8 people on packed Brooklyn train. Daily Mail, NYPD, 5 people shot on subway platform. Newsday, New York subway shooting, 5 people shot in Brooklyn with 13 injured and taken to hospital, city's fire department says. Ukraine, UK says all possible options on table if Russians used chemical weapons. The Independent, US and UK investigating reports of chemical weapons being used by Russia in Ukraine war, BBC News. BBC News, Ukraine war, US deeply concerned at report of Mariupol chemical attack. BBC, new stage of terror, Zelensky voices concern over possible chemical weapons attack. Guardian News, can the West keep Putin's chemical arsenal at bay? This was all for the news. Thanks for listening. Please do not forget to like and subscribe.